Hey loved ones, I'm Lucy and this is Pussy Powered. In a previous video, I shared a simple practice to help create and build self-trust. In today's video, I'm going to share with you a 5-step process that I personally like to use to repair broken self-trust. So whenever you do resume that practice from the previous video, which is, by the way, right up here, you can do so without the weight of guilt and or shame in the way. Since trust in ourselves is such a fundamental part of creating the lives that we really want, and I personally believe the number one thing that gets in the way of not creating the life we want, it is something that we absolutely cannot ignore. And all of this really boils down to your integrity and your alignment with who you really are. So when you have not kept a promise that you've made to yourself, or you have made a choice or behaved in a way that is out of alignment with who you really are, leading to a chipping away at your integrity and a break in trust with yourself, the first thing to do is to acknowledge it. An acknowledgement involves looking at it for what it is, not denying that it happened, not glazing over it, not pretending that it's not a big deal and just like sweeping it under the rug. Acknowledgement is a really important first step before you can truly move on without self-unforgiveness or resentment or guilt or shame in your way. And as you're acknowledging to yourself the reality of what is, notice what stories are coming up. What meaning is your mind trying to assign to this thing that happened? For example, I did this, therefore I am unlovable. I did this, therefore I am unworthy of my desires. I did this, therefore I am fundamentally flawed and fucked up. Notice where those stories are coming up. Maybe write them down in a journal or a dedicated notebook, and you can work through those stories as you dedicate the time to do so. Remember, acknowledgement doesn't mean self-judgment. It is saying this is what it is, it happened, here's where I am in this moment right now. Second, energy release. Wherever you're feeling this disconnection or this break of trust with yourself in your body, notice where you may be feeling some tension or some tightness or numbness or pain or discomfort. The body is wise and always sending us messages. And since repressed or stagnant energy can manifest in some really unpleasant ways, you definitely want to make sure that you move that energy through your body. This may look like some free-flowing movement, some dancing, some rage release, some crying, some screaming, some singing. Whatever will help you to release that energy, move that energy through your body, go ahead and do that in this step. Step number 3, self-forgiveness. Now that you have cleared space, you are feeling more present with your physical body, your spirit, your mind, this is a beautiful time to do a self-forgiveness practice. Something that I love to do and share with our pussy-powered queens is the ancient Hawaiian practice of Ho'oponopono. And the way that we apply this to self-forgiveness is saying the 4 phrases in this order. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. So as you stand in front of a mirror, you look into your own eyes and you repeat these 4 phrases to yourself. Allow yourself to be fully present with whatever emotions are surfacing, whatever you're feeling in your body. And if the tears come, let them come. If more energy needs to flow through, let it flow through. This is an intimate time to let yourself be seen by you and to release the weight of any guilt, shame, or judgment that might be weighing down on you. And sometimes you may not even realize what's weighing down on you until you begin to open up your heart in practices like this one. Step number 4, reconnect with the vision. This is the vision of not only what you want in your life, but who you want to be as a human being, who you know deep down you really are. Sometimes it helps to think of it as observing yourself from a broader, wider perspective. So you can be observing yourself, judging yourself, and then envisioning the weight of that self-judgment lifting up and away and dissolving, freeing up yourself, who you really are, to receive more of this abundant life source energy. Reconnecting with that vision of you, unburdened, free, expansive, and feeling the energy of that state of being. Let that draw you in, let that compel you and remind you that this is why we're doing all of this, because I want to be free, I want to be my true self, I want to feel whole and complete. Reconnect with that. 5th and finally, recommit to that vision, whatever that recommitment looks like. It might look like recommitting to whatever thing you didn't do that you said you would do. Or it might be something like committing to speak your truth even when it's uncomfortable, honoring your emotions, beginning a different kind of self-love practice. Whatever it is, you will know. It's really important in this step to trust your intuition. What is that inspired action step that you are feeling drawn to commit to? Not what's the next logical thing to commit to, or the most comfortable thing to commit to, or the most familiar thing to commit to, but what is your inner being, your gut, your heart, your intuition guiding you to commit to next? I dare you to listen to that. All right, wild ones, that's it for today. I would love to hear what resonated most with you, and if this is something that you are already putting into practice, and if not, if you're willing to try this out next time you notice that you have broken trust with yourself. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos on sexual empowerment and healing for women. Also, I invite you to check out the link below for some free guides and digital goodies from me that will help you on your journey of healing and awakening. In the meantime, here's to your unleashing for a pussy-powered life.